Right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a really critical part of the supply chain, the quality certificate profile in SAP. You know, if you've ever needed to prove a product's quality to a customer, then you know just how important this is. We're going to demystify the whole thing.
So let's just jump right in with a scenario that I'm sure every quality professional has been in. A shipment is all packed and ready to go out the door. But wait, the customer needs that official document, that proof of quality showing it meets all their specs. So how do you make absolutely sure the right data gets on that certificate every single time for every single customer? Well, that's exactly the problem we're going to solve today.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the why this even matters. Then we'll get into the master blueprint itself. After that, we'll see how to build it, figure out where all the data actually comes from, and then how to make it live. And of course, we'll wrap it all up with the key takeaways. It's a straight shot to really getting a handle on the certificate profile.
Okay, first things first. Why are these documents so important? I mean, it's not just more paperwork, right? As you can see here, it's really about being a bridge. It's the physical connection between all your internal quality processes and, maybe most importantly, your customers' trust.
And that's really the core of it. These certificates, they're your company's official statement of quality. It's the tangible proof you're sending along with a shipment that says, hey, what you're getting from us has passed every check and meets every standard we agreed to. It's a huge part of your quality promise.
Okay, so how do we actually control what goes on these documents? How do we make sure they're accurate and consistent every single time? Well, the answer is a specific piece of master data in SAP that's basically the master key to this whole process.
And this is it, the certificate profile. Now, this isn't some one-off report you run. Think of it as a central reusable template. It's basically the single source of truth for creating all your quality certificates. You know, the easiest way to think about this, and we're going to stick with this idea, is to imagine it's a master blueprint. Just like a blueprint for a building lays out every single detail, the certificate profile tells the system everything it needs to know, what data to show, and how it should look on the page.
All right, so if it's a blueprint, how do we actually build it? Well, it really boils down to two distinct core components that you need to bring together.
Now, this is what I find so smart about the way this is designed. There's a clear separation of duties. On the left, you've got the layout, or the form. This is the visual part, where the logo goes, the tables, all of that. That's handled by a technical form developer. But on the right, you have the actual content, the quality data, the inspection results, and that's selected by a quality planner. This is a fantastic practice because it lets your tech people focus on design and your quality experts focus on the data. It's just way more efficient.
So this really breaks down the quality planner's job into two simple steps. First, they just pick the visual template, the form, that the developer has already built for them. Then, step two, they go in and specify exactly which data points, which characteristics, say the precise pH level from the inspection lot, need to be pulled from the system and printed right onto that form.
Okay, now this is where the certificate profile gets really, really powerful. The data that you're printing on this certificate isn't just static text you're typing in. No, the system can pull it dynamically from different places in your supply chain, and you get to choose where it comes from.
So as the quality planner, you get a strategic choice here. On the left, you can pull data from a final quality inspection that's tied directly to that specific outbound delivery. This gives you the freshest, most up-to-the-minute results for that shipment. Or, on the right, you can pull historical data straight from the batch's master record. This is super efficient because it doesn't require a whole new inspection. And this batch method, well, it has a hidden superpower that we're about to see.
Just to see how this works, let's follow the journey of a product real quick. Imagine your finished product, FRT01, is made in a few steps. You start with a raw material, ROH01, and it gets inspected. Then, that's used to make a semi-finished good, which gets combined with other stuff and inspected again. And finally, you make your finished product and inspect it one last time. The system tracks this entire family tree. And here's the payoff. When you go to create that certificate for the final product, FRT01, you've got options. You could print just the results from its own final inspection, F10 and F11. Or, and this is that superpower I was talking about, you can tell the system to reach all the way back through the production chain and also print key results from the components, like the purity rating, R10, from the original raw material. I mean, think about that. That gives your customer unbelievable traceability.
But, and this is a big but, there is a catch. You've got to remember this. This amazing traceability feature only works if every single material in that chain is managed in batches. The system needs that complete, unbroken batch where used list to follow the breadcrumbs all the way back to the source.
Okay, so we've got our blueprint. It's designed, it looks great, it pulls the right data, but right now it's just sitting on the shelf. It's useless until we tell the system when to actually use it. So let's see how we put it into action.
So what does the system do? It's pretty smart, actually. It follows a simple two-step search. Whenever you create a delivery, the first thing it does is look for the most specific assignment possible. It asks, is there a special certificate profile for this exact material going to this specific customer? This is perfect for your really demanding clients. If it doesn't find a match, it just takes one step back and looks for a general profile assigned just to the material itself. This makes sure that every shipment gets a certificate, even if there isn't a special one for that customer. All right, we have covered a ton of ground here, from the big ideas all the way down to the nitty-gritty of data sourcing. So let's boil it all down to the key things you absolutely need to remember from all this. So if you walk away with nothing else, remember these 4 things. 1. The certificate profile is your master blueprint. 2. It cleverly separates the look and feel, the layout, from the actual data, the content. 3. You've got some seriously powerful options for where your data comes from, including that full production traceability. And 4. You assign it using a smart, specific to general logic that can handle pretty much any business scenario you throw at it. And that leaves us with one final question, right? You've done all this work, your blueprint is designed, it's assigned, it's ready and waiting in the system. So, what's the trigger? What's that next step in the actual sales process that tells the system, okay, go time, generate that document and send it out? And that is the perfect place to stop for now, bridging us to the next part of the process. Thanks for— Hey everyone, and welcome.